Veni, veni, Emmanuel, captivum solve Israel.
Qui gemit in exilio, privatus Dei filio.
Gaude, gaude, Emmanuel, nascetur pro Dei Israel.
Veni, o iesse virgula, ex hostis tuos ungula.
Despertu tuos tatari, et uget anthroparatri. Gaude, gaude, Emmanuel nascetur pro te Israel.
Israel.
My name is Alyssa Dieter.
I'm Wendy Beaumonte.
We are the artistic leaders of the Portland Symphonic Choir, and we are pleased to bring you this virtual version of our annual Wintersong concert.
It has been an unusual and difficult year, and we are grateful that through it all, we have been able to continue making music. To quote Maya Angelou, music was my refuge. I would crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. We hope that this Wintersong performance will be a refuge for you.
This year's Wintersong brings an eclectic mix of traditional holiday music, new works, and reflections that honor our past as we look forward to the future. In this 75th anniversary season, we continue our work on the Legacy Project in the curation of a digital archive that will serve as a resource for generations to come. As a part of the Legacy Project, tonight we reflect on the past conductors of the Portland Symphonic Choir and their impact on the organization.
Portland Symphonic Choir is comprised of lawyers, doctors, writers, accountants, artists, and music teachers. We are thrilled to feature 3 choir alumni music educators and their choir's virtual projects. With us, we have Rhonda Slinkard with her La Center High School Select Treble Choir from La Center, Washington, Kristen Caldwell with her chamber choir from Jesuit High School in Beaverton, Oregon, and John Eisemann with his choir from Grant High School in Portland, Oregon. We are so grateful for all of these participants.
Finally, we want to thank our members, our guest singers who have joined us for this season, our alumni, and our audience for supporting us this year. We hope you will consider making a donation to the Portland Symphonic Choir so that we can continue to bring quality choral music to our local and online communities. Visit www.pschoir to give.
Our hope and wish for you this Wintersong is that music will bring you comfort, solace, and joy.
In the 1940s, Portland, Oregon became a boomtown, experiencing an explosive increase in population due to jobs created by the iron mills, shipyards, and machinery plants for the war effort. This war-era swell played a major role in reshaping the social, political, and economic future of Portland, including the city's musical destiny. C. Robert Zimmerman, at the time the choral director of KGW Radio, saw the need for a civic choir in Portland. Without a chorus, a city is just a wheel without a spoke. And why should a city the size of Portland be lacking a civic chorus? So, with the help of Mayor Earl Riley and KGW Radio, Zimmerman established the Portland Symphonic Choir in 1945, organized for the purpose of building an outstanding civil choral group of about 100 voices. With auditions resulting in an ensemble of 80 singers, Zimmerman's vision for the choir took flight, and in addition to supplying Portland with quality choral music, he developed an educational arm of the choir, built partnerships with other area musical organizations, and even conceived of the Holiday Bowl, which served as a performance space for the city for many years. Though Zimmerman handed over his baton in 1961, his choral legacy continues to thrive, and we are grateful for the person who wanted to make Portland a better place through music.
I have sung in 20 Wintersong concerts, and my memories are a pastiche of joyful experiences, singing old favorites and learning new pieces from completely different traditions I didn't know before. But primarily for me, what Wintersong means is bringing people together, friends and family, colleagues and clients who I never would have socialized with otherwise, people who need and embrace the joy of the season. I love and hope to continue participating in the Wintersong traditions.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Catchpole, formerly Rhonda Slinkard, when I first joined the Portland Symphonic Choir back in 2010. I got married this past summer, so now I am Rhonda Catchpole. One of my fondest memories of being part of the Portland Symphonic Choir was my first experience singing in the choir loft at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. It was such a joy to be there and to sing in that beautiful place with the Oregon Symphony. It is an experience and a moment that I will never forget. I have been the choral director for La Center Middle School and La Center High School choirs for the past 21 years. The group that is performing today is the La Center High School Select Treble Choir, which is a choir that meets during our 0-hour class period and rehearses at 7 a.m., although we've had to be a bit more creative this school year. They will be performing a song called A Little Night Caroling. It's arranged by Ruth, Elaine, Schram, and it is a medley of the carols O Holy Night, Silent Night, and All Through the Night.
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope the weary world
Hello, my name is Benno Philippson. I sang in the Portland Symphonic Choir for 34 years, was board chair twice, and have sung under all the directors except the last two. I was asked about Frank Holman. Frank was music artistic director and planner in 1967 when I came to Portland. He was very clear about the goals of the new choir. It was to do the music classics well. By selecting wonderful music and presenting it well, the choir would thrive and prepare itself to take steps up in expertise. He insisted on good preparation from the choir members. We sang in the Portland Civic Auditorium and later the Schnitzer venue. Our goal was to sing with the Oregon Symphony in their season, and we got the contract also to do Handel's Messiah every year with the OSO for the Council of Churches. The choir did well and did many of the things that Frank envisioned. Thank you.
I'm Katherine Lefever, and I'm the board chair of the Portland Symphonic Choir. It has been a year of unparalleled challenges for many in our musical community, our region, and our world. Our hearts go out to everyone who's lost a loved one to COVID-19. We also ache for those who have lost their choral communities and their musical outlets. We believe in music's power to bring us together, to unite us across divides, and help us process complex emotions. Choral music is powerful. While the pandemic may keep us physically apart, we are together in spirit and in music. 2020 marks Portland Symphonic Choir's 75th anniversary. And while we haven't been able to celebrate in the ways we'd intended, we're so glad you've joined us at Wintersong. As Portland's oldest choir, this ensemble has survived multiple economic downturns, and we intend to do the same this time. This year, we have received generous support from the Oregon Arts Commission and the Coronavirus Relief Cultural Support Fund to help present this virtual concert free of charge. But these grants do not cover the full cost of producing, editing, and streaming this event. Everything we do, from each virtual project to community sing-along, is made possible by contributions from donors like you. We need your support this year in particular to surmount these challenges. Your gift today will help us keep making music and honor our past during this anniversary year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John Eisemann, and I'm the Director of Choral Activities at Grant High School in Portland, Oregon. I've been teaching there for 9 years, and I was also a member of the choir program for 3 years when I was a student at Grant. I was also a member of the Portland Symphonic Choir for 8 years, from 2011 to 2018. I served as a bass section leader for a number of years and was also the co-interim director for the fall and winter song cycles of the 2018 season. The song you're going to hear today is by the Grant High School Royal Blues, a chamber choir which is known throughout the Northwest for their excellence in musicianship as well as scholarship and community service. The choir has been invited to regional and national ACDA conventions and recently completed a tour of Europe in 2019. Although we are apart right now, we had a lot of fun putting this together. Please enjoy Away in a Manger by Ola Yelo. Our soloists are May Zook and Lou Glassberg.
Greetings, Portland Symphonic Choir. I'm honored to be a part of your 75th anniversary celebration. I had the privilege of being your conductor from 1974 to 1978. Besides singing the Messiah with Larry Smith and the Oregon Symphony every December, there's one holiday concert that I remember with great fondness. Not wanting to do the typical Christmas concert, which would compete with churches and colleges, we produced a truly unique event called Christmas and All That Jazz with legendary jazz pianist Jeannie Hoffman and Grammy Award-winning bass player David Philippson. The Portland State University Chamber Choir joined us to sing some holiday favorites, and we sang choruses from Messiah. But the highlight of the evening was surrounding the audience in the Portland State University Ballroom and singing Christmas carols to Jeannie Hoffman's unique jazz accompaniments. I will never forget singing "O Come All Ye Faithful" and "Joy to the World" with Jeannie and David. The whole place rocked with Christmas joy that night. So, here's to another 75 years of the Portland Symphonic Choir under the brilliant leadership of Wendy and Elisa, bringing great choral music to the Portland community. Salute.
The Rose City Mixed Quartet has been an organized group for over 25 years. Cameron Griffith Herbert, Helen Wolf Dietz, Dale Weber, and Mark Peterson are the group members. We sing in the Portland Symphonic Choir in addition to being together to make music in choral styles from medieval to classic to swing to pop. And of course, we sing Christmas music too.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so we're offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
I'd like to talk about a favorite winter song memory for me. My name is Arna Hartman. I'm a second tenor. It's the year I worked with Stephen Zupfi, and he had us wear costumes. We went to for Winter Song, national costumes. I wore a bussetel, which is a Norwegian peasant shirt or a student shirt, and it made me think of my father and how much he loved Christmas.
I've been asked to relate some of my favorite memories from my time with Portland Symphonic Choir and Wintersong. Gosh, there are so many memories, most of them musical. Watching the invited high school choirs that would sing a set in our winter song concerts. Rex Putnam High School, St. Mary's Academy, Grant High School, many fine high schools, and watching those young singers sing to a large audience was always a lot of fun for me to feature those young singers. Working with many local artists and professionals, Richard Zeller singing at one point, a number of brass ensembles, the Pinkham Christmas Cantata, which performed a number of times. And the first time that we tried a processional, and that first year where we had one group coming down one aisle singing one style of music, and then the other group coming down the other aisle singing another style of music, and the two trying to unite. And the first time we tried it in rehearsal, we turned the lights off in the cathedral and nobody could say anything. So we had to figure out what to do. We ended up making it work, and it became one of our signature things that we did in the concerts. Everybody looked forward to it.
Jesus
Portland Symphonic Choir has an award, the Ovation Award, for people who've contributed to the choir's success for a long time. I'm Tom Hard, a singer in the choir since 1977, a former member of the choir's board of directors, sometime board chair, and recipient of last year's Ovation Award. It's a pleasure to announce this year's award, which honors our distinguished musical friend Darrell Brown. Darrell joined the choir in 1979 when her husband, Dr. Bruce Brown, became artistic director of the choir. At rehearsals, Bruce often praised Darrell as his second pair of ears. Although she left the choir after several seasons, she continued to attend Concert Week rehearsals throughout Bruce's 22 years as the choir's conductor, advising him on the choir's balance, diction, and dynamic expression. After choosing Darrell for this year's award, we learned with great regret that Bruce passed away on November 23rd. In recent years, Darrell has actively supported the choir. She helped to contact choir alumni for our 70th anniversary concert and prepared historical displays for the post-concert reception. During our current 75th season, while live concert hall performances have been prevented by the COVID-19 pandemic, Darrell has helped maintain public engagement with the choir by organizing online trivia events. Grateful for Darrell's many years of service to Portland Symphonic Choir, we now honor her with the 2020 Ovation Award.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us at our Wintersong concert. I'm Ralph Nelson, a longtime member of the second tenor section. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about Dr. Bruce Brown, who many of you know recently passed away. Dr. Brown was the fourth music director for the Portland Symphonic Choir. He started in 1979, and he served until 2001. Under his leadership, the choir worked extensively with James DePriest and the Oregon Symphony. Bruce also used his contacts as president of Northwest American Choral Directors Association to forge relationships with other choir directors throughout the world. And because of these relationships, we benefited greatly. We were able to sing in Belgium, in Germany, in France, Estonia, and the Czech Republic. A superb professional tenor, Bruce brought to the choir a great understanding of vocal production and sound quality. During his long tenure, we also had the opportunity to sing under many great directors, including Eric Erickson, Robert Shaw, Margaret Hillis, Anton Armstrong, Helmut Rilling, just to name a few. We came to kind of love some of Bruce's little quirks, especially his Hawaiian shirts, and the fact that he would always tell us jokes at each rehearsal. And there's one thing that you should learn, and that is you should never be late to one of Dr. Brown's rehearsals. I learned that from experience. Now, in addition to being a great conductor, Bruce was nonstop advocate for choral music, educating and mentoring future generations of choral singers and conductors. In 2012, he formed a very unique organization called Cora in Scola, an organization that utilizes professional singers to mentor talented high school singers in order to enhance the choral music programs at our local schools. On a personal note, those of us who sang under Bruce will miss him greatly. For me, he auditioned me into the choir, and by doing so, he literally changed my life. For you see, in 1982, on a tour in Belgium, I met my future wife, who was a soprano named Susan. And together we have enjoyed many rehearsals and many concerts under Dr. Brown's direction. I was also very honored that he accepted me into his graduate conducting class at Portland State University, and I am always grateful for the lessons that he taught me. Bruce may have passed, but his legacy lives on. It lives on in us, the singers who sang with him, and it lives on in the countless younger singers, many of whom will never have known him, but because of his care, his love of singing, his energy, and his great talents, he has been able to influence teachers and students alike worldwide. As the song says, very fittingly, my life goes on in endless song. We will miss you, Bruce.
Hello to your amazing Wintersong audience, and thank you for letting me be a part of it. My name is Kristen Caldwell, and as a newcomer to Oregon back in 2006, I was blessed to join the musical community of the Portland Symphonic Choir. I was a second soprano. These days, I'm on the faculty of Portland's Jesuit High School as the director of choirs there. So this summer, in anticipation of revamping my choir curriculum, since I knew we wouldn't be able to sing in person, I reached out to a Jesuit young alum, his name is James Pecor, who I knew was studying composition at Columbia University. And I asked James if he might be interested in writing a piece for my chamber choir, something that spoke to the times that we're living in and could also be crafted into a virtual choir. He responded with enthusiasm, and we are so thrilled to bring you our collaboration, Every Piece of Me, sung by the Jesuit Chamber Choir. And we hope as you listen, you think of those loved ones who, though you are far apart, you know are right there in your heart.
You don't have to pretend. Now and then you forget life is real. I feel when each sound recorded, like everything sorted or planned. I understand what every piece of me knows, every piece of you. We are both far apart, it's true. Still I'll be here with you.
You don't have to be lost when each day costs you all of your soul, your home. Still the world feels so lonely and everyone's only so kind. You'll find that every piece of was only for show. I'll protect every piece of me. Here's every piece of you. Yes, I am broken, it's true. Now I feel whole with you. I can still feel your hands so warm and mine, human hearts intertwined. Feel your arms holding me tight. Hear your voice, wish me good night. I miss you with all of my might. You don't have to pretend that the distance can't make your heart ache or break when the world is divided and everyone's sided or gone. But we'll go on, 'cause every piece of me knows every piece of you. We are born, but it's true. Still be here. Still be here. Still be here with you.
Thank you so much for being a part of our winter song tradition. We hope you enjoyed the concert and that you will consider joining us for our 2021 Virtual Masterwork Series featuring world-renowned conductors, including Joshua Haberman, Dwayne Wolf, and Eugene Rogers.
You can find more information about our Spring Masterwork series by visiting us on our website at www.pschoir.org. Our first masterwork of the spring will be on January 25th at 7 p.m. with Joshua Haberman, who is the conductor of the Santa Fe Desert Chorale, and he will be looking at the Verdi Requiem with us. So mark your calendars. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon. Happy holidays.